In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you documents that you need to apply for the health and care worker visa that we've been talking about. My name is Mo and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. I really appreciate you guys. All right then, we bought a microphone as well, so maybe I hope it's working. All right then. So why am I making this video now? I feel that it is quite indispensable, even as you prepare to apply for jobs, even as you prepare your CV, as you get ready to apply for jobs, that you then know what is required, and so you can be proactive and plan ahead for these things that are required, even to apply for the visa, if you then get a job, when you get a job, right? And so the first thing I will talk about is that you need a passport. You need an international passport, because sometimes you may assume that if you apply for your passport now, it's going to be ready on time, right? What if it's not ready on time? What if something comes up and you're not able to get the passport on time? You won't be able to travel without a passport. So you won't be able to travel without a passport. So you need to apply. If you don't have an international passport, try to apply for a passport as soon as possible so you can have that. Second thing is IELTS. So people have been asking me questions like, do I need proof of English? Do I need IELTS, health and care worker visa, for the job as well? For this type of visa, you would need a proof of English. You would need a proof of English. You will need, if you check the government website, you would see there, because this health and care worker visa is under the skilled worker visa. So whenever you're applying for a job and you see tier 2 visa sponsorship, just know that it's still the same visa we are talking about, right? Even if you are not sure whether the employer would ask you for proof of English, you will definitely need it to apply for your visa. And that's why it's important to just go ahead and prepare for your IELTS and get your IELTS out of the way, because you are going to need it for your visa. Because sometimes, like, people have been asking, maybe the employer will not need. For instance, if you have an interview with an employer and they can see that you can communicate effectively in English language, you can hear them, they can hear you, right? Maybe they will say no, I don't know for a fact. Maybe they won't require a proof of English. Or if you have a degree that was taught in English language, maybe that can be enough for an employer. I wouldn't know. If you also check some of the websites of some of the care homes and some of the employers, you will see the requirements when it comes to English language as well, for those who have those requirements concerning IELTS. But you still need this for UKVI. To apply for your visa, you need IELTS. You need IELTS. So you have nothing to lose, because you still need it for your visa anyway. So just prepare for it. Check IELTS British Council. You will see that for this type of visas for carers, you need a band 4. Overall, you need a band 4, and for each of those section, like listening, reading, writing, speaking, you need to have 4 in each of it, and that will be fine for you to apply for your visa. For doctors and nurses, the score is different. The band score that they need is different. But for this role, till I learn how to actually screen record and project for you, I will leave the link of what I'm saying in the description, so that you can go there and also check what I've just told you. So you still go ahead and prepare for your IELTS, because you're still going to need it to apply for your visa anyway. And if the employers are asking for it, then you know you have it. You're going to need a certificate of sponsorship, definitely, because that's what you would present to be able to come to the UK. That's what you would apply when you apply for your visa. You have to present the certificate of sponsorship. It's a certificate of sponsorship that gives you the right to come to the UK, and it's usually provided by your employer. Whoever is employing you will give you a certificate of sponsorship. I remember when we were coming, we got a certificate of sponsorship. And certificate of sponsorship, there's a section where it will write that if your employer is sponsoring you, your employer now, as a healthcare worker, your employer could be a care home directly, could be an agency, could be the NHS, hospitals, it could be the NHS trust, and there was a section there that says that sponsoring you, and that particular section is actually for whether you need to show a proof of fund or not. Because if your employer then clicks yes, you will not need to show a proof of fund. We didn't have to show a proof of fund because the employer clicked yes that they will sponsor you. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to pay for your rent, pay for your flights, pay for this. It just makes you escape showing proof of fund. So for some employers, you may need to explain that to them so that they can click yes, and some will say no, they are going to click no, and they will not click yes. So if your employer clicked yes, you don't need to show proof of fund. But if the employer clicks no, then you need to show proof of fund. You need to present when you're applying for your visa would be your bank statement, and you should have £1,270 in your account, and I think it should have been there for about 28 days. And so you need to also be mindful of that if you need to start saving towards that, because you wouldn't know whether the employer will click yes or no, except you're sure, which you may not know now because you are just applying. So that is also important to know the financial input, or the financial cost, or the financial implication of the process itself. Your visa, they would ask you for a police clearance, which you can get if you're in Nigeria. We were in Lagos, we got it in Lagos, so you can get police clearance. That's not difficult to get. Another thing is it's tuberculosis test. You will go for screening, they will do an x-ray for you, you can get the TB certificate. Just be aware of that, and you're going to pay for that TB certificate. Just be aware of that. I don't remember exactly how much it is now, but you can also find out, so you can have like a budget and know and know the financial cost of everything. Marriage certificate, birth certificate, if you are married, if you have children, birth certificate to show that they are your children, marriage certificate to show that this is your spouse. If you have dependents, then pictures. We attach pictures, like we just made copies of some pictures and we attached it when we're applying for the visa, just to show that yes, we are a unit, we're a family. And visa fee is also there. If you're being given a contract of 3 years, if you're being given a contract of 3 years, or any contract below 3 years, then you pay £232 per person for visa. £232 per person for visa. If you're given a contract that is more than 3 years, then you pay £464 per person. So be aware of that. If you are multiple in your family, if you have many dependents, multiply it. Something on gov.uk, and it says that it's about COVID-19, and it says that COVID-19 vaccination of people working or deployed in care homes. Anyone working or volunteering in a care home needs to be fully vaccinated against coronavirus. Unless they are exempt. Look at it. So that is also worth considering if there is anything. And yeah, I remember something for IELTS. When I was preparing for the last IELTS, I remember attending a webinar. I'll try and get the link, and then I'll put it in the description. The IELTS British Council organized webinar. They organize webinars, so you can also register for that webinar. You'll be able to learn some things when you attend the webinar. Okay, so I think that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always showing up whenever I post videos. Really, really, really happy that you guys are showing up, because I'm going to be right here showing up for you, bringing you all the info that you need, giving you all the gist that you need, giving you all the important information that you need to relocate to the UK, or when you do relocate, giving you all the important information that you need. If you have questions, leave them for me in the comment section, and I will try to answer all your questions. Thank you so much. Connect with me on Instagram. Bye.